Hey everybody, it's Sunny coming to you from the Shire Shed. A beautiful, well, right now it's Saturday, but for you it's going to be Sunday, and hopefully it's just as beautiful tomorrow, today, whenever you're watching this video. So I've been toying around with the idea here recently of doing kind of blend component specific targeted video series. And being the Perique head that I am, I couldn't think of a better place to start than with Perique. Now, if you've watched this channel for any amount of time, you know that I'm a Perique head. You know that I love Perique probably more than a normal person should. So it should come as no surprise that I would start with this. And the blend that I'm starting with is Cornell and Diehl's Shenet's cake, or if it's in French, which presumably it is, Chenet? I don't know. Any of my French speaking subscribers, listeners, watchers out there, help me out here. How do you pronounce this gentleman's last name? Because this blend is named after Pierre Chenet or Chenet. I'm going to say it Shenet because, again, I am not a French speaker in any way, shape, or form. I speak a little German, but that's about as far as my second or subsequent languages go. So, Shenet's cake is a Cornell and Diehl cellar series. Apparently, part of their cellar series is that, ideally you would get this blend and just cellar it. And I believe this hits its peak at 10 to 15 years. And I want to say Bijou is the same way. Pardon me while I tamp this down and relight it. I am smoking this, by the way, in my Peterson Donegal Rocky 606. This is the first pipe that I ever had Bayou Morning Flake in. And since then, it has been my old standby, we'll say, for Perique heavy blends, for the most part. This blend is very, very good. It's very Perique heavy. And I think it's very well balanced. It's it definitely has a lot more burley in it, I think, than what one might think. The tin note's fantastic. It's got a nice Perique funk that any of my fellow Perique heads will relate to and enjoy. It lights very, very well. Obviously, it comes in a cake, so you crumble it up, rub it out, let it dry a little bit. I personally, I prefer my tobaccos to be a little more dry than most probably would. But that's just, I feel like I get the best flavor. It tends to not be too finicky. It tends to cooperate a lot better, and it tends to burn a lot better. So let's dive right in to the tobacco reviews breakdown of Cornell and Diehl's Shenet's cake. Named in honor of Pierre Chenet, the farmer credited with discovering the process that turns burley into Perique in 1824, this combination of Virginia and Perique, pressed into an old-fashioned crumble cake, is a Perique powerhouse for those who simply can't get enough of this truffle of tobaccos. Estimated peak is 10 to 15 years, but it is fantastic right now. I gotta say, I agree with it being fantastic right now. That said, despite me loving Perique as much as I do, this isn't one that I really pick up very often. And I'll tell you why. It, I feel like it's missing something somewhere, and I don't know what it is. Um, it's very good. It's very good. I just, I think what it is the burley to Perique ratio is a little unbalanced, meaning that I feel like there's too much. There's, I feel like it's maybe white burley, but I don't know. It doesn't actually say which kind of burley is in it. It's manufactured by Cornell and Diehl. It is considered a Virginia Perique. However, the blend components are burley, Perique, and Virginia. There's no flavoring. It is a crumble cake. Comes in a 2-ounce tin, and I also believe it comes in an 8-ounce tin. It is currently available on tobaccopipes.com, smokingpipes.com, probably Cup of Joe's. Um, the strength is medium. The taste is medium to full. And the room note is tolerable. This one doesn't get stellar reviews, but it also doesn't have a ton of reviews either. Again, I feel like this one is, there's maybe a little too much burley in it, and I am a burley guy, but when I want a Perique blend, I want a Perique blend. That said, it's quite good. It has a nice nuttiness to it. I can definitely taste the red Virginias. But for this being kind of marketed as a Perique monster, it's not where I would put it necessarily. I would still consider it a Perique heavy hitter, but it's not quite where I would like it to be. No tongue bite whatsoever. It's very smooth. It's very, very easy to smoke. This would be a good one if you wanted some Perique in your life right at that moment, but didn't really have time to sit down and contemplate what's in it or, really pick apart the different components. that make up this blend. It's very good. Let's see how it pairs with coffee, shall we? Very nice. As usual, I have my Dunkin' Donuts medium roast. Rocking the Bubba Keg right now. The Bubba Keg. Getting a little gurgle. That's because I'm a drooly man. Um, Also, pardon the bed beard today. I know that's not very gentlemanly of me, but you know what? I don't care. And if y'all are coming here for a tobacco review, I highly doubt that you really care what my beard looks like, but I know there are some nitpickers out there. If y'all haven't really noticed, I'm kind of just your regular run-of-the-mill dude. So Chenet's cake, very good blend. If you if you're an experienced Perique smoker, meaning that you really enjoy it, this isn't gonna smack you in the face with Perique as much as you might like. If you've smoked Perique blends before and are kind of dipping your toes into that arena, you'll like this. About halfway through the bowl here, the red Virginias, I'm going to assume in red Virginias, it doesn't say. The red Virginias are really starting to sing. Yeah, there's the red Virginias right there. I want to say this particular uh, cake that I have has about a year, maybe a year and a half of age on it. It's quite good. Try it. Give it a shot. Unfortunately, it's not available in bulk, as I read here, uh, but it is It's available in 2-ounce tins. If you see a tin, you're out and about, go ahead and grab it. It's quite good. So, my review of this, fantastic. Go grab a tin. You won't be upset about it. I can tell you that. You won't. The Red Virginias in this sing, and the Perique that I can taste works very well with the Red Virginias. Like, but in my opinion, that's kind of a Cornell and Diehl thing. They're very good. Cornell and Diehl is very good at Red Virginias and Perique. As far as I'm concerned, they're the best in the Perique game right now. So what have I been up to? I haven't really done a rambling video lately. So I'll do a little bit of one right here. So the last couple weeks have been pretty weird when it comes to the weather. We had a week there where it was like 50, in the 50s, and then man, the temperature just bombed. Uh, Yesterday, I think our high was 21. Low got down to like 9 degrees, and then today the high is 41. It's all over the place. Midwest doing what the Midwest does. That's really all I can say. Um, I do want to thank those of you who watch here for your words of comfort as my Bengals completely blew it in the AFC Championship game. Do I believe the play call, or not the play calling, but the officiating was crap? Yeah. That was some of the worst officiating I've ever seen ever. But that doesn't mean that the Bengals did not come to play, because I don't really think they did, in my opinion. At least not early enough. Uh, I don't know what happened. I don't think I've ever seen Joe Burrow that shaken up. He was. He looked lost a couple times, which is very strange. In my opinion, Kansas City just came to play. The Chiefs came to play. And the Bengals, yeah, I don't know what was going on there. The combination of the Bengals playing like total shit, not total shit, they didn't play like shit the whole time, but that plus the really, really awful officiating, it was a wrap from the get. So, what was the silver lining in that? Well, I tied on a nice buzz, had myself some good whiskey. So, all in all, it was a good night. My team didn't win, but hey, I had whiskey. That's a win to me. They didn't win, but I sure did. Let's see, what else is going on? I interviewed for a for a different job that I may or may not take. At this point in the game, I don't know. I'm kind of faced with a very, very difficult decision. Um, and one that I can only blame myself for for putting myself in that position for in the first place. I I'm not gonna say what company I work for currently, uh, but I'll kind of give you my rundown and put it in the comments what you would do if you were in my shoes. Okay, so company currently that I work for, I love the job, I love what I do. The pay is pretty darn decent for what I'm doing. I get my own take-home vehicle, gas card, the whole deal. Work schedule is very, very flexible. If I need to come in a little bit later, hell, multiple days in a row or something like that, as long as I put in my 8, they're fine with it. As long as I get stuff done, they're cool. Benefits are pretty darn good. Company treats us very, very well. But the downside is we have a lot of utilities to locate. I'm a utility locator. On one ticket, on one job, we could have, 8 different contracts that we have to locate for. And each one of those could have 3 to 4 different lines to locate. So then you're looking at, you could have a Monet painting out there, really. Conversely, I applied just out of curiosity. I applied to work for the county in which I reside. The pay is slightly lower, but instead of doing umpteen million locates on one job, I would only be locating 2. That's it. It would be water and sewer. That's it. Don't get a take-home vehicle, but I would have a vehicle assigned that I would drive to the shop to get. And the shop is only like 3 minutes from my house. And I get, I have military time that I could buy back with this job with the county, whereas I couldn't do that with my current company. So it's kind of like the thing you know versus the thing you don't know. Upside of working for the county would be I was born here, I was raised here, this is my county, this is my home. Specifically, I would be able to take care of my county. I kind of get to do that with my current job, except I don't go all over the county. I kind of just stay in one area of the town over, which, again, that doesn't bother me. I still get to work within the county, so it kind of still happens. So that's where I'm at as far as the income goes. It wouldn't really change a whole lot. I wouldn't be making a hell of a lot less than I do now. So that is the pickle in which I find myself. So put it in the comments. Just trying to get some outside opinions. And it's not that I want to leave my current job. I just, again, like I said, it was mostly out of curiosity. So that's where I'm at. On that note, I'll go ahead and conclude this video. I'm really excited to start this Perique Heavy Hitters series here on this channel. I love Perique, and I know there's a ton of people that feel the same way about it that I do. So, in order for you to get notified, you know what I'm going to say right now. Like this video, subscribe, hit the bell so that you get notifications every time I upload a new video. Yeah? You should do that. If this is your first time watching, you should definitely do that. If this isn't your first time watching, you should have done it already. Shame on you. I just wagged my finger. Like a old school teacher. Old school marm. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. Especially if you're liking the content. I work relatively hard on these. I mean, I'm kind of lazy, so I don't work super hard on them. Mostly because production value only adds so much. Most of us pipe smokers we're old school for the most part. I have editing experience and all that, but yeah, you don't care. You don't care about that. I don't care about that. Why am I even talking? Shut up. Shut up, Sonny. Anyway, thanks for stopping in. I'm not going to say the subscribe thing again. But I will say, I hope you have an excellent weekend. I hope that the weather is at least somewhat decent where you are. And with that, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you do, don't get caught. I'll see you next time. Later.